Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Just getting out for a walk with Miss Meg. Miss Meg had a bad tummy last night. Mr. Painter is still sleeping because he got up and walked her when she wasn't feeling well. Gonna be a beautiful day in the desert. Probably a hot one too. Lots of blue sky. How was everybody's 4th? Did you have a good holiday? Who needs to work off the pie? Yesterday we topped the fig branches so that the rest of our figs can get ripe. And right now we're dehydrating some fig leaves for tea in the winter. Dehydrating fig leaves kind of smell like a wet cat. So this morning I had the screen door open out back to let some fresh air in. Fig leaves kind of have a nutty taste. Still got some flowers on those trees. Looks like Meg wants to go on the nature walk this morning. That's the direction she's taking me in. Good morning, welcome to the channel. How's everybody doing this morning? It's a beautiful day. Getting out before it gets too hot. Hey Will, good morning. How are ya? We're doing good. Oh, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm doing pretty good too. Had a nice weekend. How about yourself? Ryland, hi, welcome to the channel. Just been enjoying a nice weekend. Went to a barbecue. Did a little yard work. All was good. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you had a good weekend. You know, Meg actually did pretty well. We went to a barbecue. We were home. We were actually invited to the neighbors to watch the fireworks, but we didn't go. We were so tired of the wind. It felt a lot like a hot blow dryer out here. And she did really well though. So we just all hung out and watched TV together instead of fireworks. Oh yeah, I caught what you meant. She's pretty interesting. You never know what's going to spook her, but thankfully the fireworks didn't appear to be a source of fear for her, so that's awesome, because we get them a couple times a year here. What are you doing? You're going in circles. Silly girl. Our dog's name is Meg. She's half Siberian Husky and half American Staffordshire Terrier. Did I say terror? She's a rescue. We've had her for about 2.5 years. She's about knee high and all muscle. It is an interesting mix, right? I never would have thought that they would have mixed those two breeds together, but apparently they do it on purpose to get a smaller dog. But she's pretty strong. She's a strong girl for being so small. Oh, did you really? What kind of diet did you put your dogs on? Are your dogs older, Will? I think I remember you mentioning your dogs before. Meg just saw Bunny. Good girl. Just less food, yeah. Yeah, we kind of, I don't know, she does pretty good so far. I mean, when we got her, you could actually see under her ribs. I think we got to a healthy weight now. She definitely has a waistline, so where are you going? Let's go this way. Okay, so you got 3 dogs. One's older, one's a senior, and one's young. Boy, I bet they keep you busy. That keeps me busy. Actually, I keep myself busy. Who am I kidding? I think we're gonna check out the nature park today. Meg picked. Hey Michael, welcome to the channel. We are having a great start to our day. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day. Meg is exploring. We're in the desert of southern Nevada. Yeah, older dogs like to just chill and hang out, right? Younger dogs got a little more energy. Come on, Meg. Meg's got quite a bit of energy for 5. Our dog Rio that we had previously, he was kind of an action figure right up until the end. Do you get out and walk your dogs at all, Will? Hey, Stitch Love, welcome to the channel. Across the road here, give me a minute. What a good girl. When we first got her, she was terrified of crossing the road, but she's doing really good. Good girl, come on. And everybody's being super nice today. Stopped and let us go by. Gotta look both ways, not everybody stops. Alright, I can almost look at my phone. King Christian McCarthy, welcome to the channel. Oh, and I'm glad you like our dog. Stitch Love, thank you. She is very pretty. She can curl up really compact if she wants to, which is kind of nice, but she is a bit of a bed hog. I think I gave her a little too much fat last night. She had a bad tummy, and Mr. Painter had to take her for a walk. That's why he's not with us. He's still in bed. He is such a good dog daddy. Taking Miss Meg out in the wee hours of the morning. Yeah, I guess you got to play it by ear with your pets. We definitely get out in the morning. And then we get out about a half hour before sunset for the evening walk, which is still warm then, but the sun isn't beating down on you. It's close to going down, so it's not so bad. This is a pretty area. Enjoy this natural park area with trees. I'm not really seeing that many flowers this year. There may have been more flowers in the spring, but there are some flowering shrubs in this area. And jackrabbits. Haven't seen one yet, but we'll probably kick one up. Mick doesn't seem to pay the jackrabbits or the cottontails that much mind. Our dog Rio used to always think we were hunting rabbits. We don't let our animals terrorize the wildlife, though. Hey, Will, our plants are doing really well. You just got a money tree? Yeah, jackrabbits are interesting looking creatures. I haven't gotten any cucumbers this year. Well, actually, one kind of set on and immediately turned yellow. I kind of figured out that the spot that I put them is probably not a good spot for cucumbers. I have a second location going with some seeds coming up, so hopefully we usually get some cucumbers. I haven't really had that prolific of cucumber production here. I have a friend that does pretty good with them. Our tomatoes are happy. They're blooming, so hopefully we'll get some more. We had about 10 really big tomatoes on there, and then we had a rat eat 2 of them. And we topped our figs last night to encourage the figs to finish up on ripening. If they're putting too much energy, what are you looking at? I'm sure she sees something now. Okay, don't pull too hard over these rocks, Meg. We could have a disaster here. Oh, she probably saw a chipmunk. That's what that's about. Anyway, with the figs, if they start putting too much production into their growth, right, then the figs that are on the branches won't get ripe. So we went ahead and cut the tips off of all the branches, and that should encourage the rest of the figs to get ripe. Oh, you bought 2 big boxes of peaches. What a great idea. I would buy apricots from the orchard here locally. I would not buy them from the store. The ones in the store are never any good. I'm having some success with my grafting project. 2 of the grafts are still alive. One of them is actually getting some leaves, and that's for the citrus. I'm going to try that again in October. About mid-October, our temperatures go down quite a bit, but it's still reasonably warm. Well, I mean, it's not cold per se, it's just not scorching hot. And so the lemons don't like to be grafted, or citrus doesn't like to be grafted when it's really, really hot. I got a little bit of a late start on that project, but I'm super happy because 2 of them are alive and one of them is actually sending a leaf out. So that's kind of a sign of success. So I feel encouraged that if I keep trying, I'm going to get it. Thank you. And if I have some success with that, I want to try to graft onto the almond tree. I'm convinced we're never going to get enough almonds to make it worth our while. So I'd like to maybe put some plums on there, maybe some apricots. My first attempt at grafting apricots, I didn't get it right. It's a little harder. On the almond, the tree bark is a little tougher. So I'm going to have to do a little more research on that, but I would really like to graft some other fruits onto that rootstock. You can graft things that have pits onto almond tree rootstock. So that would be peaches, nectarines, apricots, plums. Not cherries though. And I was doing a little reading last night. I need to take the center growth out on the cherry, the tallest part. I need to cut that so that it puts all of its energy into 3 or 4 lower branches and keeps it kind of open. I probably should have done that last year, but it's not too late. And whenever you get a new tree species, you have to do a little research on its care and upkeep, especially pruning. Pruning is super important for fruiting trees, but you have to know how to do it. They're not all the same. Like, I need to read about the grapefruit also, right? That's a young tree that we've had, and we haven't done any pruning on that one. And it's putting on some growth this year, which is cool. We're not going to get very many grapefruits, unfortunately, but the growth is a good thing. Normally we get about 11. Something was feasting on our young fruits in our yard this year. We were a little late to figure that out, but oh well, it is what it is. You get what you get. We got a lot of apples. That apple pie was really good, let me tell you. Thankful for that. Our Lang jujubes are getting some leaves. They're not putting a whole lot of growth on, but they're getting some leaves. It's another fruit species we have in our yard this year. We replaced the apricot trees with that. And we have some Malbec grapes growing along the wall, our hot wall, and they look happy. They have shelters on them and they're growing up out of the shelters. I'm planning to keep those shelters on them until late fall, like probably mid-October when our sun isn't quite so deadly. And so far they look really healthy. An interesting thing is I have some sunflowers planted, and those seem to be a good distraction for the pest, right? So the pests are attacking the leaves on the sunflowers. Oh, there we go, Roadrunner. Those guys are so interesting looking. I get a kick out of them. Dinosaur birds. Let's see, I was talking about the grapes. But oh yes, and I was talking about the sunflowers. Well, lately our high has been 113. Last year about this time we got 120 for a week, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So far our pomegranates are looking really good. Our tree that has more sun exposure is loaded with pomegranates. Our tree that was being blocked by the almond only has like 3 or 4. So cutting that almond back and maintaining it as a shorter tree will be beneficial to our having more pomegranates, which is a good thing. Yeah, so I'm hoping we don't get that really, really high heat, but it looks like we're in for like 111 for about a week here soon that I'm aware of. For the desert of southern Nevada, our heat is just now getting started. Let's go this way, baby. It's just now getting started. We're going to find out what we're in for. But the sunflowers, they're a good detraction from the crop plants. I mean, these ones you could actually grow for sunflower seeds. Of course, the birds are eating those, and I'm okay with that. I really never planned on growing sunflower seeds for eating, but these sunflowers you could. They're big. But the leaves seem to be getting hit by the pest, which is nice because they're not hitting my watermelons, right? So I'm kind of thinking, that's why I was talking about sunflowers. I'm thinking it might be good to have sunflowers planted around because the pest will go hopefully for the sunflowers and not the grapes. My friend was telling me last year her grapes got hit by skeletonizers, and I kind of feel like those are hitting the sunflowers. So far the grapes look really good. I am due to put a little orchard spray on some things, but I was really thinking about trying that garlic cayenne and onion and diatomaceous earth mixture on, oh wow, there it is. Roadrunner. Just went under the bush. Okay, so you're super humid where you live. That's interesting. When I lived in coastal Alaska, it rained every day except 2 weeks out of the year. And we just had a heavy rain. I don't know if you saw my hummingbird video the other day. Really heavy rain, but it doesn't happen very often, and you can't always predict it. It can be perfectly clear, and if the conditions are right, my husband calls them thunder bumpers. If you get those, you could suddenly have a bunch of rain come down. I guess it's called monsoon season. We'll see. That's the second time we've had rain this year, which is great. Last year we had rain, like we went a really long time without having any rain. So we're off to a better start already by just having 2 days of rain so far this year. In the desert, the rangers are all purple. They smell really good in a park area. The other park, the groomed park. That sure is cool seeing that roadrunner. I don't know if you guys could see it. They're the coolest, weirdest birds. I've seen them in our yard a couple of times. They're huge if you get close to them. But the only thing is, I think they like to eat lizards, and I'd rather they didn't. Those lizards are our friends. And you know what's interesting? We have a lot of garlic planted this year in our garden, and I've only seen 2 squash bugs, no colonies. Normally we're killing those things by now, so I'm pretty thankful that those things haven't tried to take over anything. And the other thing is, so far I haven't seen any of those nasty leaf-footed beetles. Those last year took out our almonds, and normally they go for the pomegranates, and they don't actually eat them. They lay their larvae on them, and it ruins the fruit, right? That's what happened to the almonds. And we had already sprayed the pomegranates with orchard spray because we were worried about those guys. And so they didn't touch the pomegranates, but they hit they ruined the almonds, which was pretty disappointing. We would have had our best almonds of ever that we'd grown, but you never know. You always got to keep your eyes open, always be checking your plants, which I do about a couple times a day, right? Keep your eyes open for the next species that might show up. If you grow it, they will come. We try to be as natural as possible, though. We do treat for borers. I sure would love to find something I could use that's not a real pesticide for that, but borers are a real problem here. That's what we lost our apricot tree to. And initially we had problems with our Anna apple, but we were able to save that by treating it. And you treat it in the spring, and actually you could treat it again now because it's nowhere near fruiting, right? It's done fruiting. But I would love to find a deterrent for borers. You know, if I could plant an herb or something around the trees that would repel them, that would be amazing. So I'm all ears for anybody with any ideas for that. Oh, so you had problems with ants, huh? And now you're trying to control the flies. Wow. You know, there are ants here, so what happens to us is our neighbors all around us will spray with chemicals, and the next thing you know, things come into our yard, right? I know that ants don't like vinegar, and we've only had ants get in the house a couple of times, but I make vinegar, and so I use a citrus vinegar that I make with a little white vinegar added to it to clean the floors, because I know that ants do not like vinegar. And I've also used diatomaceous earth on ants quite successfully. Thankfully, so far this year, we're not having problems with flies, but last year we did. Knock on wood, I haven't gotten any bug bites this year. 2 years in a row, I had a lot of them. But I'm not sitting out on the porch anymore in the morning having coffee because I have a grow room on half of the porch, right? So it's just possible that I'm not sitting out there to be bit by them either. Yeah, you were telling me about diatomaceous earth, and that really encouraged me to expand my use of it. So I'm combining it with my spider mite spray and treating foliage of plants and trees. So thank you for that. Leave the cactus alone. It's not your friend. All right, I think it's time for us to go home. I think it's time for us to head home. Come on, baby, let's go this way. I'm gonna cross the road again here. What a good girl, come on. I was texting with my daughter last night. They really are having problems with forest fires in Alaska. And she got to go boating yesterday and could actually see fires. And I said, you don't need to be anywhere near where you can see fires. Unfortunately, there are quite a few of them this year. But she's home safe, so not to worry. She assured me of that. Not a good year for camping. Don't be out in the middle of the wilderness if you're in Alaska right now. Which is really too bad. It's the most beautiful time of the year there. What is it, baby? Oh, those flash floods are really scary. I really feel for those people in Texas, those families in that camp where all the girls are missing. It's just horrible. Some of those children are really young too. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And families, whole families. Very, very sad. I don't remember there ever being this severe of flooding before. I don't know about the rest of y'all. All right, baby, let's go. Good girl, come on. I mean, I remember working the USBC and farmers from the North Dakota area coming there to bowl and saying, yeah, their crops were flooded. This was like 2019, I think. And I remember that kind of flooding, but I don't remember the level of catastrophic flooding just being year round like it's been the last couple years. That's really, really awful. So far, we're having an average heat. I mean, we did have a couple days where it was hotter than it was supposed to be, but thankfully it didn't stay up there. And these next couple of weeks will be telling. See what happens, right? Those Thornton tomatoes, though, those guys, that species of tomatoes is wonderful for the heat. Those tomatoes are looking really healthy. We already harvested some, and I don't know if they'll put on tomatoes in this heat or if we'll get more tomatoes again in the fall. Last year we got tomatoes in the fall. So I'm pretty excited about that. I made some killer eggplant parmesan the other night using those tomatoes for the sauce, and it was fabulous. With our eggplant too. It's a pretty satisfying feeling to make a meal mostly from your garden, right? We don't have any cows though. I had to buy the cheese from the store. Meg knows we're headed home, so now she's in slow-mo. She says, I'm the desert dog, Mommy. Oh, there goes a little bunny. Lots of little bunnies lately. I haven't actually seen any coyotes this year, which is interesting. Oh, there's one right there. They are so stoic. They can be perfectly still. And their colors go perfect in the desert. Very easy for them to hide. Their big eyes often give them away. What's that big eye sticking out there in the dirt, right? Oh, you make bruschetta, yum. Ampa Killer, welcome to the channel. This is Miss Meg. She thinks she's a puppy, but she's about 5 years old. We don't know for sure. We got her from a shelter. She's going on 6, actually. But she acts like a puppy. She never really got to be a puppy, so she's living on her puppyhood. She's living her best life. And we are almost home, which is a good thing because it's going to heat up now. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Well, maybe she wants to sniff the gravel a little bit. Well, it sure is nice to have some of y'all join in today on the channel. Will, thank you. It's been nice chatting with you. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.